So I'm a proud Jabberong and Peekarong man. I originally lived in Warrnambool, moved to Ballarat when I was 12, I think. And since then I've been at St Pat's since year 7, and now I was fortunate enough to become the first Indigenous school captain at the college. Well, I think it was very good. It's an experience that I would highly recommend to anybody. The connections that I've made and the experiences that I've had going, even if that's external things that I have to do with other schools or just within the school, I think it's a very worthwhile opportunity. When I first started, I was a bit nervous coming from a school where no one transferred over to St Pat's. I didn't know anyone coming into it, but I think in the first couple of days, the Year 7 program really helps to promote friendships and helps, get students to mingle with each other. And after a while, you feel like you belong here, and it's very quick. I guess the cliche, my biggest goal is just to start a family and kind of lay back, and I'm not really sure. Haven't really planned that far ahead yet.
Do you sort of think about going to university, or are you sort of having a gap year?
I'm going to have a gap year, and then after that go to university. I'm looking to travel a bit, have a bit of a break from the schooling life, and then go on to university and really knuckle down from there.
Have you thought about what sort of pathway at university you'd like to take?
Yeah, so I'm looking at studying a double degree, a bachelor's of criminology and cybersecurity, and then if I can take it further from there, maybe do a master's, I'll definitely look into it.
And where would you like to travel?
I'm looking at doing a lap of around Australia next year. I'm not too fond on planes, so if we can stay on the ground as much as possible, then it's a trip for me.
Fabulous. How did or does St Patrick's make you feel welcomed and valued as a student?
It made me feel welcomed because it kind of gave me the brother that I never had. I grew up with all sisters, so coming to a school where it's only boys and it's people that share common interests and like yourself, it's very easy to find people who will kind of embrace you. And well, I think there was a heavy impact on some of those through COVID. I didn't get to do a lot of the pastoral care programs that they offered in Year 9 and 10, which were some of the more pivotal ones in the St Pat's curriculum. But I think Men of Honour was a great one where we had, I think his name was Glenn Guren, come in and speak to us, and that was really impactful, and I definitely took away a lot of messages from that.
So tell us a bit about that sort of seminar, Men of Honour. What did he talk about?
He started off talking about his journey of how he came to get where he was, and then from that he started to kind of teach us methods and his methodology of how to become a better man and how to really pursue the dreams and goals that you might have. I would have to say probably Mr. Howard Clark kind of helped me through a time where I was quite unsure of myself and I didn't really have any ambitions or aspirations for the future. This was about in Year 10. after that, he said that he saw a lot in me, and so it kind of gave me the push to become a better person.
Perfect. Your time at St Patrick's College is a formative stage of your life. What lessons or values can you take into the next chapter of your life?
Some of the lessons that I think I could probably take into the next chapter is maybe to not judge people at their weakest, but rather judge them on how they show strength when given a second chance. I think it's a stage in a man's life, you know, early schooling, where people are going to do stupid stuff and mess up, and it's how they come back from that really shows character and growth.
Perfect.
I mean, there's a lot of stories. I've been here ever since year 7, and now I've only got 2 weeks left. Maybe some of the highlights would probably be the camps and the seminars. I think it's a nice breath of fresh air to get away from the conventional schooling, but it also lets you kind of build a bond with your classmates. So they've definitely been my highlights. It's pretty cliche what I'll miss, but it's probably just, you know, my friends and some of the teachers that have made a real big impact on me at becoming the man I am today. And maybe the security of having people around you that, you know, want to see you improve and want you to become the best person. Maybe that'll be what I miss the most.
And what won't you miss?
Probably won't miss the early mornings. I mean, I've got my licence now, but catching the bus was just not the best experience. One of the values that really sticks out to me was probably justice and solidarity. It's important for us as young men to realise the importance of the Catholic ethos, especially going to a Catholic school. It's fundamental in a formative stage because it gives you a sense of direction. So I think they are very important. Some of my best friendships have come from people I don't even have classes with. My best mate since year 7, I hadn't had a class with him until year 11, so it was a long time of us picking the same subjects and crossing our fingers hoping we got in the same class, but never panned out. But we still stayed really close, and we're still close to this day, and I can imagine it'll probably carry on to the future.
How can you stay connected with your college friends in the future?
I think nowadays it's probably a lot easier to stay connected, especially with social media, but I think a lot of us share regular common interests. You know, a few of us play golf. It'll be pretty easy to just organise, you know, have a hit of golf on the weekend, or even if it's go out and get a bite to eat or something. I think it'll be a necessity and probably on the front of our minds as soon as we leave, and then hopefully we carry that on. COVID was hard. It took away probably one of the best aspects of school, and that is the being able to mingle with your peers. For me, it was difficult because it took me away from the schooling environment, which kind of ruined my focus levels, and I got back to school and I was kind of in holiday mode permanently. So my scores kind of suffered that year, and I think it was a big climb to get out of that and get to where I used to be.
And that would have been similar for your friends? Do you think that was common for most boys?
Yeah, I think that was a really common distinction. I I know a lot of boys also, like, I used to think I was in a unique position and would always think, oh, poor me, until I started talking to my mates and realised that it was a very shared opinion, and it was hard on all of us. So I think we kind of bonded in that sense. I'm not sure what advice I give. Potentially, don't judge like a student's actions as soon as they come into the college, or because at that stage, I feel like most people are just trying to impress people and get to the top of the ranks. But I think it's important to kind of not ignore that, but focus on when they grow up a little and see that they are showing growth. There's a lot of things I admire about the school's grounds. I think it's pretty cool to see people drive past and think, how do they have such a big outdoor area, like all the ovals, and the chapel. I've taken a lot of tours through there, and a lot of people seem to compliment it. I guess a place that's kind of resonated with me this year has been the kitchenette in Year 12, getting to bring your own cooked food, and it's where a lot of us Year 12s hang out. The history fills me with a lot of pride, to know that for 130 years there's been boys coming in and out of the college, all leaving a better man, and now it's my turn to experience it and pass it on to the younger year levels. It's very surreal learning about all the accomplishments. I think that the camps and retreats that we go on seem to put a big focus on faith, and maybe an aspect of faith that students might not experience in their everyday life. So it gives people a great idea of what the college is all about, and probably sets them on a good direction for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, what might that be?
I guess the reason that I would come back and kind of rekindle that connection would be probably the brotherhood and the way that I've formulated so many memories here and met so many people that I'd probably still be, hanging around until I'm an old middle-aged man. So I think that might be one of the driving factors I'd come back, and to contribute to the extensive history of the college, I think is very important.